Hi kids, welcome to Working from Home. Okay, this is new for me, for you, for the whole system really, and we are going to try to do our best to make it the most interesting and to continue with our learning, okay? So let's begin. We have been working on your Unit 10, and what we have revised so far is the following. Phrasal verbs. Okay, here we have a verb, a preposition, and together they have a new and own meaning. You had an exercise worksheet on Friday, and maybe you had some trouble because you didn't have the usual box of words to choose from. So it made it a little bit more difficult, but this is the way you have to learn to do better and your best when you leave school. Okay? Then we revised the defining relative clauses. You have a PowerPoint I sent before, which you can also revise. These relative clauses are a group of words which you insert in a sentence, and the purpose is of giving more information, giving, defining something or somebody. For this, you are going to use the words who for people, which for things, and that. The use of that depends if it is the object of the subject of the sentence. You have to remember that you can omit that when it is the object, and you can't omit it when it is the subject. We revised this already. Then we did a pronunciation exercise related to silent letters in English. This is a silent letter, a letter that even though it is in the word, it is not pronounced. I also sent a list to your eDoc guy, and you can revise it because we will have an exercise on it afterwards. Then we started revising conditionals. I know you have seen it before. You did it in 10th grade, but let's do it again. I mentioned the 0 conditionals. These are not in the book, but I think it's important to start from there before we go to the other ones. Okay, so the 0 conditional is one thing that happens as a result of something else. Remember, for example, you put your hands in fire, you get burnt. Real conditionals are also known as first conditionals. These are the ones you have in your book. So in this case, one thing is very likely to happen under certain circumstances. But we still have to work a little bit in this unit, and we still have 3 topics, which are indirect questions, causative verbs, and word families. Don't worry, we will do just fine with your collaboration. So let's see. Revise general information about conditionals. In every conditional form, you will have 2 clauses, the main clause and the if or conditional clause. You have verbs on both clauses, and it is important to use the correct tense in each one depending on the type of conditional. Remember that modal verbs such as will, may, can, or will not, may not, cannot, okay, are not used in the if clause. The word, the modal, will or would, or all the modal verbs are used only in the main clause. Okay? Very good. Let's see. Let's revise a little bit about the 0 conditionals. In this conditional, the result will always happen. It is always true, and you talk in general. In general, it is a fact. So I can say, if water reaches 100 degrees, it boils, or water boils if it reaches 100 degrees. Let's see another example. Snakes bite if they are scared. If they are scared, snakes bite. Please look at each case. I have turned it around, placing first or second the main clause or the if clause, but the meaning is the same. So now let's see how much attention you paid, and let's see if you can do this observation exercise 1. Explain 2 grammar rules you can deduct from the previous slide. If you can give me your opinion and your deduction, send it to me via Educai at the end when you are requested to do so. Okay, real conditionals are also known as first conditionals. They talk about things that might happen in the future, possible things which could easily come true. These include promises, warnings, and threats. I can give you an example of using this same expression in 3 different ways. For example, I can say, if you eat your carrots, I will take you to the movies. Or, if you don't eat your carrots, you will have a consequence. Or, if you do not eat your carrots, you will be in trouble. From the tone of my voice, you can easily understand which one is a promise, which one is a warning, and which one is a threat. Okay? So now what happens with the verb tenses in this case? In the if clause, you are going to use the present simple, have in this case. And in the main clause, you're going to use the modal verb will. So let's see how it goes. If I have enough time, I will visit your store. I will visit your store if I have enough time. Let's see what happens if we don't use the word if, but we use the word unless. You can also use it, and it's used to say something like if not. Let's see the example. Unless you study means the same as if you do not study. But please pay attention, because when you use unless, you are going to use the positive form of you study. If you are going to use if not, you are going to use the negative form, if you do not study. Important. Revise Yellow Pages in Students Book Unit 10 for more verb tenses to use this information, okay? Very good. Now, you have another observation exercise here. Does one of the grammar rules you deducted in slide 6 apply in these conditionals? Let me know in the mail you sent me. Now, this is time to practice. I need your total honesty here. Total honesty is required, okay? I trust that you do it the correct way. Here, you're going to click on the links on the next slide. You are going to develop the exercises. You are going to click on check or finish, depends on what the exercise asks you to do. You're going to get your result, take a screenshot, and send it to me via Educai immediately after finishing the exercise. Remember, this is like a class at school. So this is a class exercise that you have to finish before you leave. Okay, so send it to me immediately. These are the links. The first one is for 0 conditionals, and the second one for the first conditional or the real conditional. The link below also has an explanation for the exercise. You need to click on Grammar Test 2 in order to do it. Here, in some sentences, the if is not explicit. This means it's not written, but you will understand the condition and you will be able to work on it. Do your best. Take your shot, your screenshot, and send it to me via Educai. Before I leave, I want to share with you, and I invite you to watch this interesting video. It is from 2015, and it's given by Bill Gates. Hope you enjoy it. Let me know any comments on it in your mail. Be good, be safe, take care, and stay at home. See you soon. Bye.